harsh reality. It's just harsh reality. We live in a competitive world where everybody who thinks they know something doesn't know shit, right? Everything that I think I'm good at, there's 1 billion people who are better than me at doing. And there's millions of people who have more resources. There's millions of people who are luckier. There's millions of people who are better positioned. So I think that's one big important thing. That's one of the advice I always give to aspiring entrepreneurs. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Get out into the real fucking world and
That's
be ready
really
for
cool.
some slaps.
This is a cool sort of angle, the sort of aspiring entrepreneurs and the fact that you are already giving advice to those types of people. What are some of the common sort of challenges you think that these people find, the ones that you come across, and maybe some of the misconceptions they have? Because there might be someone one day that may actually watch this who wants to be an entrepreneur and has seen it as the new sexy thing because it's the rage now, but maybe hasn't got the wiring accurate with the reality. So I think this could be really valuable if you could talk a bit to that, you know?
Well, the first thing I always share with people, because I speak a lot on this topic, man. I'm a pretty well-known public speaker in the solar space in Southeast Asia. A lot of my topics are around entrepreneurship because Solar Horizon, my company, were one of the few who actually started a solar business with nothing and end up competing with some of the world's largest companies, right? So we're always known as the underdogs and the kind of crazy, friendly neighborhood developers who just are playing this game without any right to do so other than vision and passion and being good at a few things. But anyway, coming back to the first thing I always say to people who tell me or ask me about entrepreneurship, I just say simple: just don't do it. Don't do it unless you are prepared to eat a lot of shit. Unless you are prepared to stretch yourself to boundaries you never knew possible. Unless you're prepared to lose your friends, your marriage, your money, your house, your stability, your sanity. Unless you are prepared for this journey, my friends, don't fucking do it. Go get a job. It's much easier.
Well, that just sounds like life, though, what you're describing, right? Like all that stuff of entrepreneurship is life stuff, isn't it? This is the same thing.
Exactly, brother.
The same thing they say to actors. It's like if you want to do anything else, do it. But if you want to be an actor, you best believe you have to like want to be in for the long run because there are parallels. Like, I don't think I'm an entrepreneur, but I have entrepreneurial tendencies because of
Hmm.
the film and acting industry being so unstable,
And self-starting, right? Nobody's gonna hand you a freaking gig. You gotta go out there and
well,
fight
and
for it.
much like a startup, you have to invest money and time and effort and blood and sweat
Hmm.
and weekends and evenings where maybe you're not partying Friday, Saturday, Sunday when you're in your 20s all the time because you have a vision
Hmm.
that you want to execute on, and that doesn't get enough credence. And I think this is important too because I think about this a lot. That doesn't mean you've got to work 20-hour days. I think there's a lot of false talk, especially in the West, about that now, where to be an entrepreneur or to be like someone who does their own thing, it means you have to just work like a dog. And there's a
Well,
lot.
okay, so let me address this point now. Good point you're bringing up. So here we go. Man, most people who look from the outside, self included, I want to answer one question you asked at the start and I missed. Where did I feel my real calling of entrepreneurship? Man, it just sounded cool. Oh, tech startup. Ooh, denial of service protection on internet. What the fuck does that even mean? It sounds cool. It's a startup. This was 9, 10 years ago. Huh? So imagine 10 years ago, startups versus what a startup is known today as an established ecosystem wasn't quite there. More in the US than anywhere else because US has always been the leader of innovation in entrepreneurship. The point is that, I got attracted to it simply because hey, it sounds cool. I can wear my jeans to work. Uh, I don't have to be in a corporation. I get to do a lot of different things and think I'm really cool. That's what I got into the space. However, very quickly I realized that, and okay, I lied. It's not very quickly actually. It's taken me almost 10 years and taking a sabbatical for almost 1 year last year after I lost my marriage for my business. I lost my home for my vision. I lost all my cash because I went through a tough time right in the downturn. Um, and I took a year off to figure my shit out. I had no fucking money. I set off, right? I ended up in South America, in the mountains of the Andes. I mean, I ended up in Europe, on the beaches of Barcelona, penniless. and And I had a lot of time to think and reflect. I had a lot of time to look at my own narrative, to change my narrative, to hear other people's stories, to share my stories, to let it evolve, to let life happen, right? Just let go of control and just go and flow for a while. Um, and I tell you, that was probably one of the most difficult things that I did. But it's only through that inner work that I come to realize that, you know, why do I continue to eat this shit every day? Because I can't justify to myself spending my time and effort and energy building somebody else's vision and focusing on somebody else's interests and somebody else's agenda. And when those agendas are driven around returning profits to shareholders and driven around covering my ass and delivering my KPIs and making my boss happy, and loosely connecting what I do on my daily basis to this grand vision of my big corporation.